Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the turn signals and hooking up the front ones, running some wires around, test the lights out, and we're going to be looking at the Lucas sockets and the different sockets that you can use for your turn signals. So big shout out to all you guys. Thank you for liking and subscribing and always positive words and all your emails for the wiring diagram. Don't forget, you can also get the wiring diagram from me. And also put together a little parts list too, so some of the parts that I'm using. So thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Stay awesome and enjoy the video. I'll see you later. So I grabbed the fenders or wings or wherever part of the country you're from. And since we got the grill done here, we're going to work on the fenders here. I need to do a test fit of the fenders or wings themselves on both sides, so then I could figure out where to put the fuse box, because I'm going to mount the fuse box up here. And also we're going to redo these front lights. So you can see here we got the original one, which is good. That's awesome. So this was a Defender one that I bought. They're really cheap or whatever when you go to buy them. So I got these ones. So I actually got, in my unboxing video I talk about it, but I got new rubber pieces and socket so I can use the original glass ones over on this one and the original glass here, which is all glass. So we'll be talking about this and installing all the pieces and parts, and then we'll do a test fit of the wing itself. So I got the front lights off of both fenders or wings, and so the front part, these ones were the plastic ones, the cheapy ones that you can buy anywhere, and then these were the original ones, and they were a bear to get off. I had to cut this bolt off here to get it off, and actually the bulb wouldn't even come out, so it's actually sitting in there. The glass is going to fall right out, like it's just sitting there by the wire inside. Then this one I had to use a screwdriver and actually pry around the outside of it to get the glass out, and that's stuck in there too. So these guys aren't going back on again. So now we have our fresh new Lucas bulbs. So here's the original ones. I just took off the fenders. And then these ones are the glass ones that I found in a box. Actually, I found in the cubby in the back. Were these two lenses, which are the front lenses. And then actually the backer too that goes back behind inside the fender that you screw into. So I got all the rings and the covers. I remember the guys asking about this before whenever I did the unboxing of the bulb holders. But yeah, I got the rings. The chrome rings are there, so we're good. So, okay, so we got the lenses here. So I ordered new bulb holders for all four of them. So what we have here, this is the left-hand indicator, or right-hand, doesn't matter. But indicator here and indicator here. And you can see it's a higher honeycomb shape to it, like a honey beehive, I guess, more like a beehive. Then this one's more of a flat marker light. Let me take these things off. There you go. See, it's more flat. So the indicator here, it's called an L554 from Lucas. If you Google Lucas L594 here, this will come up. So what it is, so then we have the marker light or turning signal. You can have this as it too, and that's an L488. This one here or whatever. So in some Land Rovers have this, just this one here as the indicator and marker light. Where mine, this is going to be a marker light and this is going to be the indicator. So you can get this in one pole or two poles, so you can have a marker light and turn signal. Or you can also, I think you can get this one too in the two pole as well. So these are both single poles. So this will be the indicator. Then I got a bulb, which is, there's the part number there for the bulb. It's 21 watt. So, and I got a yellow, and I got an orange one. So whenever it turns in there, I thought it'd be a nice color to have in there. I have an indicator amber color. In America, it doesn't matter what color they are in America. We can have it, you just have it clear, or you can have it yellow. It doesn't matter. They're not picky. So, marker lights. This bulb here actually fits inside this bulb holder. You can see how it sits down inside. Where this one, the bulb is going to sit up on top, up out. So you can use either one of these bulbs in either one of these bulb holders for these lights. So, which was confusing online whenever I was looking at things. So, since I'm going to use this as a marker light, I bought these smaller lights, which are there. They are there, 10 watts, 12 volt. There's the part number. So I bought these smaller bulbs for marker lights. So these will be the markers, and then indicators, which is going to be a brighter bulb. So, oh, and I also got the rubber boots, new rubber boots, which these are actually different too. So the shorter one goes with the bigger bulb, then a longer one goes with this one. So you can see them up there. Okay, so you have all your bulbs. So what if you're in America and you want to have this wonderful Lucas Prince of Darkness bulb holders and the confusing information online? So, and you're in America, USA bulbs, okay? We have ones that are part number 1156, which is single filament, and then we have 1157s that are dual filament. So the single filament, which is used for turn signals and stuff like that, similar to this, just like that, it's 21 watts. And then the marker lights, since we're not doing dual filament, but the rear lights actually do have a rear filament in it, have a dual filament for the marker and turn signal, no, marker and brake. So in the rear, I actually have 1157s, and they're 8 watts for marker light, 27 watts for brake lights, give or take a little bit here. So my question was, like, I can get 1156s, I can buy these pretty cheap right over here in America, like a 10-pack for like $3 or something like that. So I ended up ordering these ones because I couldn't find any information if this actually fits inside these bulb holders. So I'm going to test fit these ones inside these bulb holders. Okay, so I have the 1156 inside here, and you can see it fits in there just fine. So in America, if you need bulbs, you could just use your standard bulbs here. But the way online, the front ones were talking so like different special numbers for them all, like the BA. See that BA15S? Then that's BA15S as well. So the BA15S is similar or exactly the same size as the American 1156 and 1157. So that's good to know for future whenever anyone needs to know that for in America. If you just want to get the bulb holders and not order the bulbs, you'll be good ordering just regular ones from home here in America. So anyways, enough of this or whatever. So I'm going to solder on a ground wire onto here and a positive wire onto this. And then same as I did to the rear, I'm going to just solder some wires right on there. So to know what the length of the wires, I test fit the fenders or wigs. So look at that beautiful face. You know, that's only the kind of face that a mother would love. So there's our turning signals. Here's here in the front. So now we have our holes right here that are coming through from the lights. Then over here, here's the light here coming through. So now I can tell how long the wires need to be to come to here, because I'm going to make a little connectors here to connect to the wires that are going to go up through here, along inside here with the headlight ones. Oh, here they are. They're kind of sticking out here. So with the headlight wire, I'm going to have them come over to here, and then this wire will come out to here and connect to them, and then follow the fender over to the fuse box. So now that I have this, I completely forgot that this has this big cutout here like this. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to put the fuse box right over in this area in here, which is tucked down underneath there. And then I'm going to have the ground block right here. So now I can see how everything's going to line up and go across to over there. So I'm going to go and get the pigtails and the assemblies together for the lights now. I have the wires soldered on to all 4 of the lights in the front. So I wanted to show you. See, here's the ground soldered right on there. Very good. And then this here is actually where it was curled before. And when I put the rubber boot on top of it, the rubber boot, it was pushing up against the rubber boot, even though I soldered that on there. Even with if it wasn't soldered on, it was still pushing against the boot. So what I did is I just kind of rolled it out and I kind of crimped it down so it gets as close as possible into here so the rubber boot slides up over. You can see here how it's not bulging or anything like that on this light. So I flattened this out. Flatten that out, soldered on the ground. It's the brown is ground. And then gray is our marker lights. So I soldered that right onto our connector there. So it won't get any loose connections in there at all. So now the rubber boot, then I put on the connectors on the end, and then I crimped them on and everything after I put the rubber boot on, which is very important. So you can see here, then you just pull your wires through and there's your socket. And what I'm going to be using instead of like sheet metal screws or anything, I'm using number 10 bolts. Bolt and nut on the back. Just number 10s, regular bolts. And then you got your cover plate in the back. So, okay, so that's done. These ones are all done. All 4 of them are done. So I got the fender here. I took it off this side to flip it over so I can get a good, so I can put the lights on a little bit easier. So here's the turn signal light and here's the marker light. The rubber boots are really nice and soft, so they go on together very nice. And they're excellent. They're in there really, really tight once you put these rubber pieces on there. But you first put your lens in, you kind of take a screwdriver and pull the rubber seal around it. Then you put your chrome cap, you put that on, and then you just kind of slide your screwdriver around like this, and you just kind of, what I was doing is actually turning it and kind of setting it down inside of it. And it's good. They're not going anywhere. So let's go into the inside. And here's the plate, the retainer plate that goes behind it. And then here are the bolts, the number 10 bolts that I have going through there. I think they're about 3/4 inch, I think, or maybe an inch long or whatever. So go into here and come together. And I made a pigtail, single wire for the ground, so it can come over. I got a ground one. I got a double pigtail here. It goes into the ground, so the brown can be put together. And then I got the turn signal and then the marker light. It comes, those ones I kept long so it can come down through. So I put a little retainer right here. I think it's maybe a 6mm or something. It was in the box. So then going through here, I was going to put a grommet in here. But more I'm thinking about it, the wheel's going to be spinning right here and throwing all this garbage up on the wires and everything. So this is my plan I'm going to try. We'll see how it works out. But this is, I think, 3/4 inch or 1 inch hose. I'm going to line it with this, like kind of put it through and then put it through this hole and put some silicone around it so the wires don't rub up against the fender here and mess up the wires or anything. So then it'll be kind of be protected and kind of zip tie it on here and kind of hold it on there, because I'm just thinking about all the mess that's going to be coming through here. So, and then I'll put some silicone on here too, so no water goes inside of here as well. So I'm going to give this a try and get this on here next. So the rubber hose idea, it's crap. I don't like it at all. It actually just puts more weight on the wires and everything. So I'm just going to cut this thing off. So forget that idea. Let's skip that part. Let's move on to something else. So I ended up putting some industrial electrical tape. It's real thick, like 2 inches wide. Just did a quick wrap on it just to keep it in place here, so it just takes a little bit of the weather. I think this is a better solution. So I got this side, it's all finished. I just showed you with the wire going over. So I put together this side, exact same thing. I just put the lights in and have it over there with a bracket and tape the wires just exactly the same. And I have the pigtails hanging off of both sides of the fenders on the inside. So we're going to do a test here of the lights to show the lights flashing. And then I'm going to show you how I ran the wire up through over to here. And then I'm going to put it over to there. So let's do a test of the lights. Let's do a little test to see how they go. Marker lights. they're working. So I got the left-hand fender taken off, and here's the pigtails here with the connectors. We got our turning signal, which is the red and green, and then gray is our marker light, and then brown is ground, just like usual. So it comes up through here. Let me turn the light maybe. There we go. So I have it here. It's loose. I didn't put it completely tight, so I'm probably going to zip tie it here, but it goes through the same place where the headlights are. Comes up over and comes through over here. Let me grab the light again. And then comes out here, and here's the pigtails coming off of that fender. And you can see where I put, here's the brown ground where I have a little pigtail coming off the ground, coming over from the other side to this side with a little jumper coming here to there. And then the marker light, same thing. I got gray coming over with a little pigtail coming over, and it continues on its way. And turning signal, like I said, here's the green and white turning signal for the right turn signal. So I put these little connectors here, no, the little wire guides or whatever. I just put one bolt in the back, left it open here so then I could feed the wires in. Let me go switch over to the other side. We moved over to the other side. I got the fender off out of the way. So the wires coming back or through from here, and they're going over to the fuse box and everything this way. So, like I said, so I want to be able to make this modular. So you can see we could take the fenders off. The wires are still here. Excellent. Other side, take the fender off. Excellent. Wire's gone or whatever, and they're disconnected. So in order to make this modular, in case if I have to take the engine out or pull the engine, or if I need to take the radiator out or something like that, I want to be able to disconnect the fenders, disconnect this, and then pull this whole assembly out. But we got wires that are going across, and along with our headlight relays, everything's all inside here. So what I'm doing is a little bit extra connectors, but I think it'll be nice in the future. So what I did, you can see it, there's so many of them. It would be nice if I had like a fancy connector. It's like one, you know what I mean? Like everything's all in one, but we're not getting fancy here. We're just keeping it simple. So what I did is I just put male and female connectors on each wire that's coming through from the radiator support. So you can disconnect them all, and then this whole thing will be able to be pulled right out. So you disconnect all the connectors, disconnect your relays here from the battery positive, and the negative also. You have to take that off. That's for the headlights themselves. This is the headlight light. So you take this one off, take this one off, disconnect these, and then you can take this whole piece off. So that was my plan to do with this. Then once I want to put it back together, all I do is just put the radiator thing back on and just plug them right all back into matching colors all together. Isn't that pretty? All that purple and all the different colors. So to finish it out, it would the wires just come on up and come into a bundle up to the fuse box, and then the switches and everything behind the dash, which we'll be seeing in another video, and also the fuse box and the ground and everything. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for following along and liking and subscribing, and keep an eye out for the next one. You guys stay awesome, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.